Hi, welcome back to Your Right Career, and this again is a Foundations of Brilliance program. We're talking about 31 days to the work you love. Some of you obviously can do it faster than 31 days. Some of you may take 31 days. Obviously, we hope that you find the work you love, whether it's 1 hour, whether it's 1 day, whether it's 31 days. That's what we hope. Truly find the direction you want to go. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And here is the two boys from Brooklyn. So we've got Bernard and myself, and hello, Bernard.
Hello, my partner, Lee.
All right, so we're bringing them down the final stretch. This is it.
This is what we're aiming for, where you make that right choice. This is really why people come to this program. It's really this step. And everything they've done before is preparation for accomplishing this step.
Precisely. All right, so we're in the webinar series, the workshop series. This is week 4, the final week, and this is the question and answer portion of Choose Your Path. So what we're looking at doing is making sure that you align your talents, your personality, and your purposes, your statement of purpose, and then take that whole thing and then help you choose that ideal career. So the goal is to provide answers to the common questions that we've received. And you have all seen this before. So these are the 3 key success factors. We have the talents, which you've done in the first part of the workshop. We have the personality, which is the second part. And then we have the statement of purpose, which is in the third. And then where we want you is in the middle, where they all intersect. Are you here? That's the spot where you're using all of the talents, your personality, and your purposes that all align to each other. Bernard, you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, the purpose of the program is preparation, as I said a few minutes ago, to make the right career choice. And you have to know these things about yourself, because then you can know, okay, do I have the talent for it, personality, or purpose? And we want you right there in the middle. And we're going to go over 1 or 2 questions that commonly are asked, but we really want you to remember this particular diagram.
Okay, thank you. All right, and this we went over in personality. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. To Oscar Wilde. Obviously a very, very good recommendation. And I'll leave this to Bernard because he loves this slide.
Yes. I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was Muhammad Ali. And you've probably heard us say, I don't know how many times during this online program, no, yeah, buts. Same thing when it comes to choosing your path. No, yeah, buts. Yeah, buts are a stop and a barrier that we know will not allow you to have the success that you want.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to go into the good news, and we're going to move this over so that you can see us later. We will come back later. There we go, Bernard.
So here we have some success stories, people who have, as a result of doing the program, you know, how they are doing in life afterwards. Because that's what Lee and I cherish the most. When we get something coming from somebody who did the program weeks, months, maybe even years later. And this is from a student in California. Before I did the program, I was working a great job I didn't really love. I didn't know why. I also had no idea what I would do in my future. Where was I going? Then I did the program. It was great. I got a chance to actually find what I wanted to do, something I had the talent, personality, and purpose for. To tell you the truth, it was something I would have never thought of without doing the program. While doing the program, I thought I knew where I wanted to go with life. Now I know where I'm going. It's a great feeling. Thank you.
It's excellent.
And this is also a woman who I worked with, a woman in her mid to late 50s. My life has become steeped in music. I can't think of a more wonderful situation. We just completed a spring musical, a production of Finian's Rainbow. Truly a delightful experience for students, parents, audiences, and those of us directing. I knew years ago that I had to put a professional music career on the back burner. Now I work in the area where I have skill, ability, love, talent, joy, and of course, purpose. Thank you once more. How many of you have put something on the back burner?
Wow, that's
And now you're ready to reinvent yourself as you've retired from your work and you're moving on to the next 15, 20, 25 years of productive life. It's time to reinvent yourself. And I know many people do the program because that's what they want to do.
it's very interesting that key thing, the back burner. Like you said, how many people, do that? I mean, I've noticed it in the 30s. That's where people start. They start accumulating debt, more quote responsibility. Maybe they buy a house, maybe they get married, maybe they have kids. In that area, it seems like a lot of things go onto the back burner and kind of survive through this period. My wife always says, when we're around with new parents, she always says, "Don't endure it, enjoy it."
A friend of mine has a great quote. He said, "It's not true you stop pursuing dreams when you grow old. You grow old when you stop pursuing dreams."
Yes. Very, very true. Okay, we have one.
That's the fountain of youth, Lee, right there. People searching for it. You just got the fountain of youth.
It's absolutely true. All right, I think we have one more.
Foundations for a productive life. Now, sometimes people come into the program because they have no idea what they want to do. Others are pretty happy with what they're doing, but they want to know with more certainty if it is the right thing to do. And others know they're doing something really correct, but they just want some added knowledge. And this Gabor from Hungary, he was really happy with his work. And when he said, the program really gives the foundations for a productive life. My career direction did not change so much, but it gave me certainty and acknowledgement. And now I trust myself much more than ever. And I know that I can be really good on my job and I can create a brilliant future.
Excellent. That's another thing, that whole trust point. Once you have the 3 key success factors, that's one thing that I noticed for myself, and I've seen it in many people that we deliver the program to, is that you don't have that doubt. The doubt goes away. It's like, I know which direction I want to move in. Okay. I think we'll move over to the questions now. So these are the common questions, and we didn't update the slide with the personality, but these are the common questions we received with regard to choosing the right career path or education path.
So I've decided to continue on the career path I'm now on. I was hoping to find something new to do. What should I do? Continue on the career path. That's the right one for you, because many people are aligning their talent, personality, and purposes with the work they're doing. But they never fully realize that until doing this program. Now, if you realize that you have the talent for what you're doing, the personality, and purposes that align to what it is that you're doing, continue. Now just do it better and with more certainty, with more action. Absolutely. Just do what you're doing now. Gabor just told you that. That's what he knew. He's on the right path. And he was very happy to find that out. I'm not sure that I should only do one thing. Is that okay? Yes. That's your personality. See, personality, your attitude, what you value, what's important. Some people only want to focus on one thing. And in many ways, that's an easier life. I have like 3 or 4 different areas I've really began to concentrate my professional activities, creating the foundations of brilliance. I do lectures on education, lectures on parenting. I work with couples in terms of relationships. And so I have like about 4 different tracks that I'm involved with. In some ways, it would be easier and simpler just to do one particular path. However, that's not my personality. And I would be bored and not happy because I really welcome the challenges. Part of my personality is every 5 to 7 years, I recreate my life. That means I have to choose a path that maybe be building on what I've done earlier, or maybe a completely new path. But it's always aligning to the talent, personality, and purposes I know about myself.
Yeah, I have many clients that have focused on multiple sources of income. Whether, some of them, sometimes you want to do something, maybe you want to work in your community that is more of a volunteer activity, and there's not a lot of money in that. But there is a sense of helping and a sense of responsibility, and they're able to do that because they're choosing to do other things. Maybe something is not as pleasurable as something else, but they're working and they create income, and then they're able to do volunteer or do some social program that they really are, really find very interesting and very satisfying. So
Yeah,
yes.
very truly. In some ways, it's much easier just to have one path doing one thing that you focus your attention on and your energy. In some ways, it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not my personality. I'm not going to fight it.
Right.
I align to what my personality says. Bernard, do this, but you also have to do this. You also have to do this. And I go, okay, here I come.
Yep. All right. Very good.
I can't decide. I understand my 3 success factors, but not sure what career best aligns with them. See, here's where you really have to take a look at, do you have a clear statement of purpose that you go, yes, I got that right statement of purpose. You look over your worksheets. What are your top talents? What have the most value and importance to you? Your personality traits. What do you love to do? Okay. You have to review and go over those points again. Now, maybe you have to do some research, and find out, well, what are the careers that best align? You may not have that in your memory banks right now, your memory right now. I worked with one boy in Australia who wanted to become an engineer, but he didn't know what kind of an engineer. So he had to do some research and start discovering the different kinds of engineering and which kind, was it civil engineering, electrical, mechanical, etc., best aligned to his personality. Because he knew he had a talent to be an engineer and he had a purpose to be an engineer. Now, he had to look at his personality. What is the kind of engineering he would get the most satisfaction for? And so you just have to keep looking at it and reviewing it. And look at your masterpiece. There's a clue very often there on what is the right career path. By what was it about that masterpiece that brought you such a major impact to your life? What career would do that as well? Okay, and there's always the option. If you find you're not able to really get it, give us a call. Get in touch with us. We are here. Remember, you'll see this quote again later on. Everything turns out right in the end. If it isn't right, it isn't the end. So if you feel you can't quite figure out the right career path for you, we would be able to help you. Contact us. I generally know what I want to do, but don't really have a specific direction. That's true. So many people, I want to help children get smarter. I know that's what I want to do, but I can do that in so many different ways. Again, here's where you align your personality and your talent and your purpose. You just have to keep playing with that and keep looking at those things and look at the different kind of occupations that are out there that relate to generally working with children. I'm working with one person now. She's not sure if she wants to work specifically with deaf children, or does she want to work with children who are, quote unquote, normal hearing, or a combination of both. So she's trying to figure that out. And as she was looking over her personality, she realized how much she loves to do signing. We have sign language for deaf people. And she realized, I have to have that as part of my career. It's just reviewing what you've come up with. And if you've done a good, thorough job in the first parts of this program that leads you to the choose your path, the clues are there. And as I said on the last slide, we are available to help you if needed.
Yeah, it's very interesting. This is the point where you have that foundation. So now we're going to build that skyscraper. Well, when they were building when they were building the one in Dubai, I'm sure the architect had changes. I'm sure that the owner or whoever was developing it had different ideas as the project was taking place. Those things will happen. For some of them, this is exactly what I want to do, and boom. This is the time for you to look and search and speak to people. If you're in the industry of artists, like if you're an artist, okay, well, get involved in that area, whether it's in acting, whether it's in dance, whether it's in doing directing or or being a musician, whatever it is, get involved in that activity. Start meeting people. Those are the things that all of a sudden doors will open. I remember one story where a young lady we worked with, she was washing cars. She had like 3 different jobs, but she was very interested in doing some what's called stunt double, where basically in Hollywood they do, when any kind of dangerous activity, somebody comes in and they do the stunt. And basically within 2 weeks of finishing the program, she got a call from an agent, and they needed someone that can physically do what she was doing, plus be able to drive cars and race cars and whatnot. And she was called in, and there were some challenges. I mean, she didn't have what's called a SAG card, which is a Screen Actors Guild card. But to be able to get the part, you have to have it, and she couldn't have it. So anyway, they basically came up and they said, okay, we will solve these problems because you're the one that we want. And all of a sudden, she's in a major motion picture as a stunt double. So, you never know what's going to happen once you put that foundation in. The key thing is observation, and also talk to a lot of people and let them know what you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are. And all of a sudden, things will start aligning.
Yeah, it's very correctly. Somehow when you have this new reality and understanding about yourself, you may pass a billboard, which last week would have no significance to you. But now that you know more about yourself, your talent, personality, and purposes, you look at that billboard, all of a sudden it's going to strike something in your mind. That gives me an idea what I can do. Because now you're ready to find that right career path very specifically.
Right. Okay, good.
So how can I be sure this is really my career path? All I can say is you'll know it when you find it. It's an amazing thing. If you have no yeah buts, allowing those into your universe of thought. But when you realize how the career path you've chosen aligns again to your talent, personality, and purposes, you'll know, because you have a whole background of information and reality about yourself that you didn't have before you did the program. Now, obviously, sometimes things can change as you start moving along, as Lee said. Sometimes little change or tweaks come into the plan. But the basics will be there. And all I can say is, having worked with so many people, that person then knows there is a right path when they find it. And when I tell people, we're not here necessarily to be the builder of the house. We're the builder of the foundation. We can help you build the house. That's also another consultation opportunity we offer. But the main focus of this program that you did is to build the right foundation. Now you have to take responsibility to build the house. And you'll know you're building on the right foundation, because you'll have these moments of, aha, yeah, people cry. People go, I can't, that's it. This is what I've been looking for all my life. You will know it. And if you don't have that strong reaction, okay, I'm not saying you have to scream and yell and jump up and down. You may just sit there quietly, pensively going, wow, this is right for me.
And we're back. So we got Bernard and Lee, but we're back on the video. All right, so hopefully those the questions were answered properly. You will have an opportunity to ask any additional questions you may have. In summary, did you complete the program and workshop? Do you know what's good and right about yourself? And have you discovered your career or education path? And obviously, the whole point of this program is, do you understand the direction better, now that we've taken you through the workshops and the questions and answers? And remember, everything turns out right in the end. If it isn't right,
it isn't the end.
All right. Bernard, you want to take this?
Yeah, there's one last slide. Okay, and you've gone through the 5 steps to success, and you're making your right career choice. And this is the end of the program. And this is a statement that Lee and I came up with, and it really reflects who we are and what we feel, what we believe. The true happiness and sense of fulfillment we have is when we hear weeks, months, even years later from someone who tells us how they have benefited from our program, and how they are now going confidently in the direction of their dreams, living the life they imagine. This is our hope for you. We look forward to hearing about your journey. Thank you so much for participating. We look forward to your comments. We look forward to your reports of how well you're doing.
Okay, so what's next? If you have any questions, we will have the questionnaire up for you. This is the conclusion of the program. We'd love to hear about your journey. We'd love to hear about any successes that you have from the actual program, just receiving it. But please stay in touch with us. Weeks, months, years later, let us know how you're doing. That's what we really do love. We love to hear how people have succeeded and their journey and what they're doing. So please stay in touch with us. If you know somebody that you feel that will benefit from our program, please let them know. They can go to our website, which is www.yourrightcareer.com. You've seen that plenty of times. Again, if you have the success, we'd love to hear it. And if you give us permission, we will use it. We will not use any of your contact information. We typically just use your first name. So again, as Bernard mentioned, thank you so much for doing the program and pleasant journeys.
And one final thing on the journey. If you feel you need some help in building the house, you've got the right foundation, okay, we will be offering those services as well.
Right.
So just look at our website, go to the appropriate link, and have a great journey. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams and
live the life you imagine.
Yes.